The Occupy movement was also looking to grab the headlines by vowing to shut down shipping along the Pacific coast, from Alaska to Vancouver and down to California. While the demonstrations were mostly peaceful, a man and a woman were arrested this afternoon in Vancouver for breaching the peace. Protesters on Vancouver Island also promised to have a presence at BC Ferries terminals, but as CTV's Louise Hartland shows us, it was mostly business as usual.
As many as 50 protesters gather under the watchful eye of police at one of the entry points to Port Metro Vancouver. The goal, shut down the busiest shipping artery in the country.
We want jobs for the future, and we believe that by coming here today in solidarity with the people of the world, we can make a change for the future. And if nobody stands up, there's not going to be a change.
Demonstrators blocked traffic at one of the port's entries. The port trades $75 billion in goods a year, with more than 116 countries around the world. The BC Federation of Labour stood behind the Occupy movement until now.
We didn't support this tactic. We thought it was putting the pressure on the wrong people. It's not the poor truck driver trying to survive. That's the problem. Nor should we be taking actions that affect him or her without their permission.
Shortly after, too, the group disbanded and gathered in a nearby park. Protests were also organized for most BC ferry terminals, with occupiers rallying on social media. Organizers say the cost of travel on the BC ferries is too high and unaffordable for most British Columbians. No protesters were to be found at Swartz Bay, but a group of 15 people gathered at the Gabriola ferry terminal in Nanaimo late this afternoon.
We have seen an Occupy protest at our Powell River terminal. It's actually off our property, just adjacent, and it is a peaceful demonstration.
Shut down Wall Street on port!
In the U.S., larger protests. Similar to Vancouver, demonstrators here believe they can cut into corporate profits by disrupting the flow of goods. Protests remained relatively calm, but significant delays were reported at ports up and down the U.S. coastline.
We have activated the port's emergency operating center, and we have integrated our work with the city's emergency operations center.
No word on how the shutdowns will impact the port's bottom line. And with the days counting down until Christmas, protesters are promising more demonstrations, such as this one held at Uptown over the weekend.
There are local businesses that, sell goods that are made locally and that keep the money here in the economy rather than sending it up to down to corporate America.
Another sign Occupy protesters around the globe say shows they are not going away. Louise Hartland, CTV News, Saanich.